When I think about my Japanese knife collection, people tell me it's a crazy obsession. I don't disagree with the obsession part, but is it crazy? I mean, I wonder that sometimes too. Every knife I buy has a specific use, and I've always wondered if it was slightly exaggerated. So today, in an exaggerated head-to-head, we're going to compare the use of this Asai-san VG10 75mm paring knife against the Takayuki Shibata SRS-13 270mm Yanagiba. And so what are we cooking today? This is essentially a recipe from a Binging with Babish show that I watched because he's absolutely amazing. And as his guest of honor, I believe he had Isaac Toops. They were Cajun cooking. And so what I'm going to use these two knives against to see does it really make a difference in practicality is we're going to be preparing a nice piece of pork belly. We're going to start with the paring knife and see if it makes a difference. Now, I'm pretty sure it will, but I thought it would be fun. So here's the paring knife, 75mm. The pork belly width is even much deeper than that 75mm, so I can already tell we're probably going to have some issues, but let's give it a try anyways. Oh yeah, that tough skin. You know what? I think that skin's going to have to go. Let's turn it around. So the point of this is just to see, as I continue to buy more knives and fill the knife wall, and I give myself reasons to think why I can make another purchase. Oh, I don't have that knife, or I have a third copy of that knife, but it's ever so slightly longer. Again, these knives have specific purposes. Does it matter, or can I just get one chef's knife and call it a day? So clearly it wasn't the most difficult thing to use the paring knife, but was it practical? I mean, as I'm sliding through the pork belly, my handle is also sliding against the fat of the pork belly. Clearly that skin should have been removed. Tougher than I'd like to cut through, but still workable. That wasn't fast. It wasn't the slowest, but it wasn't fast. So there you go, that's with the paring knife. That wasn't the slowest, that's 21 cuts. I can probably cut this pork belly piece into another 5 slices. That's 105 cuts. Who's this funny guy? Hope the Yanagiba is more effective. Now a knife that we typically use for raw meats, fish, the Yanagiba. I'm expecting this to be a lot smoother. Also, as you can tell, what we're really going to be doing is we're utilizing the whole length of the knife so that hopefully in one clean cut, maybe we can get close to the bottom of the skin. Alright, so you saw how many times it took to go down with that paring knife. And now essentially, in what's 2 swipes, there you have it. So, was that quicker? I think so. So that was your head-to-head. 21 cuts versus 3 cuts. I more than think so. Yanagiba paring knife against pork belly. Of course, from here what we're going to do is we're going to cut these into smaller pieces. We're going to add them to the casserole dish, but essentially I want to show you, does knife type make a difference? These clearly have very specific uses. Paring knife you'll typically use in hand. That's why it's called paring. You're peeling an orange, peeling a lemon, cutting the bottoms off of broccoli stems. Yanagiba meant for raw protein, typically fish, though of course I use it here on a piece of meat. This was much, much easier, in part because of its length, because it was at least the length of the protein I was cutting, in part because it's single bevel and it has this nice pocket of air which allows for great food release. But that was essentially it. Head-to-head 75mm paring knife versus 270mm Yanagiba. Now before I end the video, I want to have a special shout out to my godchild, Anthony Procopio. Super cool kid, really happy to be his godfather, and he started his own YouTube channel called Anthony's World. So, you know, a lot is going on in the world these days. If you want a breath of fresh air, some positivity, if you want to see him do science, I'm going to leave a link below. Anthony's World on YouTube, super cool kid. Go show him some love, show him some support. God knows we need it these days, right? Now, lastly, if you do like the sound of this video, I've had a few people who told me that I should try to improve the sound quality, and I believe I have. So you're listening to me now on a Rode microphone. And that setup essentially looks like this. Let's see. So if you like the sound of the new video, let me know. If you don't, let me know. If it can be improved, let me know as well. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.